Hello students, welcome to Become a Good Problem Solver event organized by the GEM Foundation. In this event, we are going to see the solution for the junior maths problem published on April 2026. Young students can learn the art of problem solving by following the research proven four-step framework of Hooper technique, where U stands for understand, P for plan, execute, and R for reflect. So there are different ways that you can understand a problem, because understanding a problem well is actually helps you solve the problem quickly, and it almost take you to the problem solving in a good way structure. So how can you understand a problem better is by maybe to start with by underlining the important information given, and then what is being asked to find. And you can also improve your comprehension by asking some guiding questions like, what details are needed to solve and what are details are missing, how they can be connected or interrelated. And you can also visualize or draw, because that is a very powerful tool to comprehend a problem better, which will also help you find patterns and relationships between the given information. So now let's see what's the problem we have. It's a summertime, and let's also apply underlining as we read. Laya spent one-fifth of her piggy bank money on storybooks and half of it on buying toys. After buying, she has rupees 60 left. How much money did she spend on the storybooks? So they are asking they how much money is spent on the storybooks. Let's see what are the guiding questions you can ask. So, what information is needed to find money spent on storybooks when the corresponding fraction is given? So, you know that it is one-fifth of her piggy bank, and what is that amount? So, to find that, what is the information you need? For first information you need is the yes, is the money on her piggy bank initially, right? In the piggy bank money you need to know, and then you can easily find because it is one-fifth. But how to find that money is the question. So what data is given in the problem can make up the total. So you need to find the total money in the piggy bank. And how to find the total money? What are the information given? So in the total money, one-fifth she spent on storybooks, and one half is spent on toys. And after doing this, so how can you tell after doing these two? Meaning it is like an addition, right? If you have some amount you have spent and another amount you have spent. So this is the total amount that you have spent. And then you have 60 left after it. So the remaining amount is 60. So how can you represent this visually? Maybe you can, so this involves a fraction, but then it is applicable for all kind of problems. So how can you visually represent this total money and then figure out how these can be applied? So this can be solved visually and also in a fraction perspective. Let's go to the visual solution. So how do you represent the total money? You don't know how much is the total money. So maybe you can say that if this is the total money that she's having, and then what is one-fifth of her piggy bank? So one-fifth meaning you split into 5 equal parts, and this is the amount she has spent on storybooks. Yeah. Okay, and then half of that money is spent on the toys. So how do you represent half? So if the total money, then this is half, right? This is half, and this is the amount you have got for toys. And the remaining, there is no fraction called, it is like 60 rupees is left. So now, as you already kind of know with a normal number, let's take an example. If you have some 50 rupees and you have 10 rupees for storybooks and 20 rupees for toys, then how much money you have left back? It will be also 20 rupees, because 10 plus 20 is 50. So this example will clearly help you how to make a similar statement here in fraction. right? So this is 1 by 5 and this is 1 by 2 and 60 is the left. And if you add all of them, you get the total money in the piggy bank. So let's try doing it. But how do you add the visual with the different fraction parts? Because this is 1 by 5 and this is 1 by 2. You can't add. So for that you need to make both the parts are same. So how you can then divide something into half and 5? So you need to take LCM of 1 by 5 and 1 by 2. So 5 and 2 LCM, if you take, you get 10. Right? So you can divide this into 10 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 10 equal parts now. So this is not equal, but then assume it is equal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now what is 1/5 of this 10? So 1/5 of 10, if you have 10, what is 1/5 of it? It is 2 boxes. So you can color 2 boxes with red and you can say this is storybook. And maybe you can use another color and say what is half? What is half of 10? What is half of 10 is 5 boxes, right? So you can color 5 boxes of this and then say this is toys. So 1/5 is storybook and 1/2 is toys. And the remaining is actually the 60 rupees, right? So which means I'm going to use another color here, which is a green color. This is the storybooks, sorry, the remaining amount. So what fraction is the remaining amount? It is 3 and 3 out of 10. So 3 out of 10 is actually corresponds to the amount 60 rupees. So if 3 boxes are 60 rupees, then what does one box refer to? So if 3 equal parts is 60, then one equal part will be 20 rupees. Yeah. So each part will be 20 rupees. And then if you know the equal part, then isn't it easier for you to find the storybook already? Yes. So now what would be the storybook amount? So the storybook amount will be 2 times the equal part, right? So 2 times 20 is 40. And what is the toys amount? Toys amount is how many? 5 boxes, right? So you can just simply do 5 times 20 because one part of equal thing is 20 rupees. So 5 parts will be 5 times 20, which is 100. So let's see if this is actually plays true. You can also find the total amount in the piggy bank, which is 40 plus 100 plus the remaining amount, which is 60. So the total amount Laya had is rupees 200. So it's always good in the reflect part to check your answer, right? So let's check the answer. So if the total amount is 200 rupees, she used 1/5 of it. So 1/5 of 200 is 40. Yes, you have got 40. And 1/2 of this is 100, which they used for toys, and then it is 100 here. So that is correct. So 100 plus 40 plus 60 makes up to 200. So this is how a simple visual way of observing can help you find the answer directly in a easier way. Stay tuned to see how fraction way can also be used. So let's pause here and come back. Okay, so good to come back. So here let's see now how the fraction can be used to work on this problem. So you know that in a fraction, if you add 1 by 5 and 1 by 2, it is going to be a unlike fraction addition, right? 1 by 5 plus 1 by 2. So how do you do the addition of unlike fraction? You take the LCM, which is 10. So then if you want to write with the base 10, this will become 2 by 10, which is actually an equivalent fraction of 1 by 5 and then here 10 and then 5 by 10. So now they are like fractions, so you can add it and say this is 7 by 10. So once you get 7 by 10, the 7 by 10 is the total amount spent, and then you have 7 by 10 and then the remaining amount 60, which is the total amount. So then how do you find the total amount? This is exactly the key to work with fractions. So the total amount represents whole number 1. And so if this is the whole and this one is the spent and a remaining, so the spent and the remaining will add up to whole, right? So 1 minus 7 by 10. So if you subtract the 7 by 10 from 1, you get 3 by 10. Yeah. So the 3 by 10 parts is actually 60. So this is 60. 3 by 10, I don't know. 3 by 10 of something. So you can tell the total. So 3 by 10 of the total is 60. So now either you can actually think that what is 1 by 10, because if you know 1 by 10 you just have to find 2 by 10 and 5 by 10. So if 3 parts of 10 is 60, you can say that 1 parts of 10 should be 20, because you're actually dividing this by 3, 60 divided by 3. And if you actually also have another algebraic thinking, you can say 3 by 10 of the total, which is t, is 60. Then the t is 60 times 10 divided by 3. So this will directly give you the total amount you have, right? So this is to t is the total amount. Here, one part of the tenth is 20, and then the storybook. You know how many parts? Storybook is 2 parts of 10. So this will be 2 times 20 is 40, and the toys will be 5 parts of 10, and then this is 5 times 20 is 100. So this is another way that you can apply fractions directly without visual thinking to find the answer. And this is also a very simple way that it was very easily accessible for all children to work on it. I hope you enjoyed doing this problem visually and also with the fraction. Stay tuned for the May month problem and do participate. Thank you.